All right, back in it. I'm gonna try and pick up where I left off. As you can see, we've been chipping away at these at this field menu here, which is our main menu. Run directly here. We have items working. See, it goes here to pick a target. If that target's valid, it uses the item. We go back. We don't have any effects, but it is using that item. We have magic outlined, not functional yet. In fact, it broke when I tried to focus away because these are not set up correctly as menus yet. I just reload. Equipment, I believe that's where we left off. Get reacclimated with this setup. So we don't have any items right now, but if I close out, if we run the main game, this is what we did in the previous video, I believe. We bought some equipment. You can see it shows up in our inventory. I go back to the field menu, and it's supposed to be showing these. I think we don't have any shields made, and weapons, I have to fix how we convert that type. But the equipment, like the armor, the defensive equipment does work. So I'd like to get that finished. Also like to get rid of these printouts, which are probably in submenu equipment. We don't need all that. We might need it later for testing. So let's see if that got rid of all the prints. Alright, cool. So it looks like I did get focus on that. What happens when we press it? Nothing. So on available equipment, that's because we have no code here. So what we have to do is parse that item using its name. So I think we do var item equals data.player inventory get item by. Well, do we have to get it, or can we just use the dictionary? I think we'll use that. It's going to be button.name, button.text. So we access it from there. Gives us the item. No, I think we'll get the exact copy of that item from the player inventory. It's going to be called item by name. Get rid of that one. So once we have that item, what do we want to do with it? We want to equip it. And so for that, we have to take a look at battleactor.equip. Check if valid type for player. Maybe we do that in the GUI. Script could have a function. Yeah. So we get the equipped item. If equipped item, we put it in the inventory, and then we equip the new item. So that looks like it is working right. So what we will do is all I think we have to do is first we have to get a reference to the player, which is this, and where am I setting player index? I feel like we can just set player there, but maybe we'll keep it dynamic. For now, I'm just going to copy and paste. Not a huge deal here. Then we can do Player dot equip item. We need the slot. Is that right? I don't know if we do need that, because I mean I can just do like item.subtype. So maybe I'll need the slot later as an argument. So player equip, and then what we want to do is data.player inventory. Remove item. And that'll be 1. So we equip it, and then we remove the copy from our inventory. So let's save ourselves some time. What I'm going to do is throw in some equipment into the inventory. Clear inventory, add potion. And then we do this. It's going to be I don't care what. Let's add 4, 1 for each player. Why not? So I go here, we go to items. Let's see the quantity. I guess we didn't code that yet because that's not showing up. Yeah, it's not showing up for the potion either. Let's look at that. Add item by name. Item button dot set item. That's weird. Let's take a look at item. I'm trying to figure out why that quantity is not updating, and I think I found it. So we have to do dupe.quantity equals quantity. We have to make sure that gets sent through. If I run it again, I think we'll see the quantities. Perfect. That is what we want. Now we go back to equipment and we put caps in. So let's see if that updates. Okay, I forgot one key thing. We need to go back to the sub menu. And we also need to update the equipment. So we're doing that here. So we want equipment equals that. I need a reusable function here. So it's gonna be like set equipment. So it's gonna be let's see, we get player equipment. First off, let's call this update equipment. Because we're going to need to call this when we change the player. do it when we load. Set equipment button. We probably want to be able to just do one button at a time. So we have the player here. I really think we want to store player instead of getting it every time. So we can put player up here. So we can get rid of this. And equipment buttons. We're iron range, so we loop through each button. We get the equipment. And we set the text. Yeah, so it's going to be for the slot. Send this through, put this in front. And slot will be an int. Pass that through here. I'm not getting the buttons though. It's going to be this. Let me just do this. Let's do equipment. Yeah. Let's call it that. We'll make that in menu. So that's going to be helpful, I think. Save that. Go back. Not shop GUI. Submenu, equipment. Data equipment buttons. And now I can call that before we go back to the submenu. And this will be that subtype. I might even do this for our slot and equals that subtype. That way we can reuse it and it's legible or more legible. Equipment, helm, leather cap. Beautiful. So we can see it appeared there. You can see available equipment still pops up down here. I do need to get my cancel input so I can move backwards. So we inherit from field submenu, which inherits from full screen GUI. You can see that's getting a little bit confusing, right? What we might want to do is we'll call it submenu. That's kind of half-assed, but I don't really know what else to call it. Set submenu. There's repetition here, but it's really not a big deal. Set submenu. We want to do this. It's so wonky. I like it. Makes me happy. Okay. And so I need that because now I can go up here. Um, Now, really, what I should do at this point is, since we have the potential for multiple layers of menu levels, I should just have an array of menu levels instead of top menu, sub menu, all that. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. This is good enough, right? That might be something that would be good for you to attempt on your own, right? If you want to get rid of that format, make an array called menu levels, and then you can add each level as you're moving through it, and then you can go back, right? When you're instead of having how do I have it? Like, instead of having this, you just keep going back through that array, right, until you hit the top. But I digress. We're not doing that right now because I'm trying to get results right now. We're not going for perfection. So we do submenu button focus, that's fine. And I think I should have that escape should work now. It's not, and that's probably because sub menu is not set yet, because we have to reload for that to happen. So I can equip, so it automatically goes back, and then we can also cancel to go back. That's good. It's not going if we don't have any available equipment. Optimize, we're going to disable that for now. If it's not in use, disable it. Remove. That should be pretty simple. We can get that done right now. So remove, we focus on the sub menu. I think we're going to need a state so that when I press on this, we can check the state. -1. We're going to do a new, oops. We'll have equip and remove. So if we press, now I have to split these up. So it'll be state equals equip, state equals remove, and we just do this. Now down here, when we press on, even minimize that. When we press on an equipment, available equipment, this is if state equals equip. We do this. Elif state equals remove. We're going to do that. That error sound can go here. So if we're removing, we want to check if the item, if there is an item there. So first it'll be if data.items.get. It's going to be button.text. So now we're using button. Do this. So if item, pass, else, pass. So if item, we're going to do equip null. That's going to be item.subtype. Sorry, it's going to be player.equip. And So if there's no item, error sound. And before we got to finish this one up. So we equipped nothing in that slot. This will automatically put whatever's equipped back into the inventory. I know that much. So all we have to do is then top menu dot button focus. And voila. Again, we don't have the error sounds. So we put that on. Now if I back out and I go to remove, let's give it a shot. It does not. Oh, we have to update the button. I'm not going to make slot again. We're just going to do that. All right. Do that. Go to remove. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now, I wonder if equipment should have the quantity. That might be nice. Oops, I somehow lost focus. Did I like click out or something? Do that, back out. Okay, so those are not disabling focus. That's weird. So we have, let's see, stats. We gotta get stats going. Now this should be disabling focus on focus exit. I don't know why we're able to focus on that. Go back. Okay, you can see I'm losing focus. It could be the player, possibly. Player menu. That's not a menu, but it is focusable. Therein lies the problem. So I have to disable focus on this because we don't specifically need to focus on that. In fact, we don't want to focus. It's not about need. It's that we just can't have that at all. So I'm going to go to focus, none. So we're not treating it as a button here. That should fix me losing my focus when I move down. Yep, perfect. So next, I'm going to make a note about equipment quantity. And valid equipment types, probably want error sound status, update strong. That's what we're going to focus on right now. I think I'm going to also do moving show update. Go back to runtime. So what I want to see, first off, we want our stats printed out. And then when I highlight an item, I want to see the differences over here. We also need to get the description window going, which I will do first because that's very easy. And you can just copy the code. It's up here in this, I believe. Must be in the, I think we did it in the items. So I'm going to make a function. So there has to be an easier way. Get item. think it can be in here. Index. Do that. There are going to be times we need to get it by name too, so it's going to be button.text rather than button text. And so in the items submenu, we are using the first one. Now I can just send through that button. Why did it crash? I guess I had to reload or something. Let's see. Yeah, so that works. Cool. We don't have it working here yet, so we didn't pop in those functions. It's going to be on equipped button focus. We do button text. And I'll explain why we have these, like why we have text versus index. Cursor move, no. So that should work. Let's see. I forgot to change this, didn't I? It's get item by name. So I did that because in the equipment window, oh, hold on. I think we have to set the inventory too. We do if item I think I got lost in my thought there. I'll re-explain. So first off, I added inventory because we might not want to access it from like it's not always going to be from the player inventory. For example, if we're in a shop. So I'm supplying that. Basically going to copy this, but it's going to be get item by index. Let's do button.get index. This is kind of confusing like that, but whatever. So if that item exists, we set the description to the item's description. If it doesn't, we just clear it. I have to do we have to update in the submenu items. Let's see if that still works. Beautiful. Nothing. See how it pops up? It goes away when we're on nothing. Alright, cool. So now what I want to do, test that again, are these stats. And that'll pretty much wrap up the equipment submenu. So close player, close middle. No, we're in middle, so I do need that. We'll close top, that's what I wanted. And stats. Let me take a look at our shop menu where we have a form of this done. Now in here we just print out the arrows. I think we have, so the player GUI comes with that. These stat indicators which are hidden. We're not drawing the player. I think we're going to have a different format for in our, our equipment menu. First I need to get all of our stats. And probably want to arrayify these. So I'm going to get an enumerator. Stats. Really, it's called attributes, maybe. Attributes. I think we'll do HP max, MP max, speed, strength, defense. We can add to that as needed later. So let's handle this with I guess a V box. H. It's going to be an H box with two V boxes. Stats. Keep it simple. HP is already drawn up here. I don't think we're going to have any equipment that modifies HP for now. Let's do speed. Strength. I guess intellect or intelligence. Call it intellect for now. Any more? I can fit about two more. Maybe luck. Duplicate this. So all good is going to be 0. Just trying to get the formatting. I think all these can be pushed to the right. It's going to need the same thing. Just do that. No. Let's rethink this. So all the stat values and stuff, I'm going to put in one HBox. That way I can have them tighter. Stats, current, arrows, target. And the reason I put them in their own is that I can do a custom separation. We can do that. So we need access to a couple. So stats might be its own thing. Save branches seen. Let's kind of clean this up. I think that's all right that it's separate. Crap. I just close. Oh. Put our theme in. Make it neat. Now, so we're going to have need a player. So we need a player. We're going to need the 2 items, right? Or I guess they can grab the item from the player. We'll just grab the item that we're comparing. Just trying to figure out how to parse this data. I also feel like this does need to be kind of all one thing. So I'm going to cut this out. We're going to cut this. We're going to go into here, paste it, make this a scene root. This is going to be the stats window. This is just going to be an HBox container. Move the theme from that. We're going to put the theme on the top one. Do top left. That's going to be easier for me to manage. Then we want stats window. We put it right in here. Except, oh, I have 2 stats windows, that's why. So this one can get trashed. So I need to parse this speed, strength, defense, intellect, luck. How can I communicate that? I guess I could just do it manually. It doesn't really need to be automated. I do want to remove that and get that script back. Set stat. Or no, this needs to be set target item. We're gonna have function set stat. We throw in a target item. My brain is a little fuzzy. I'm gonna drink a little bit of this coffee. So currently our items only have a power attribute. So that means we can only impact one stat per item. So what I'll do is let's do this. R is defensive. But even that, oh man, just add some functions here. Is armor. Turn subtype in wrong spot. Flop, flop, flop. There's got to be a better way to do this, but it's like I say, I mean, if you're not doing this crap a lot, it's not the end of the world. Like, I could take time out to figure out how to best organize this and make it a little bit more legible, but it's just not worth it. Is armor. Then we can do is armor. And so we need to loop through each stat. I think we're going to have index int no, that's not right either. We're just updating one. Function set stats from player. Set target value item. Still gonna need the player, unless I want to store player, which that might be a good idea. Do that. We can change this to set player. And that coffee kind of helps. So we do that. Is there anything else I did here? No. So we get the player. We can delete this. Set. We'll just call this set target item. And this will just be target values. Is armor. Speed, strength, defense, intellect, luck. Copy that. And then we can do something like target values. Stat type. Defense if is armor, else strength. Just for now, we're only going to worry about those two stats. If you really need the other ones, you can, that'll be a good homework assignment for you. But we will probably get to that at some point in the series. So we have target values, stat type, equals target item dot power. I'm also going to do arrows. We need to show the arrows. Arrows stat type dot modulate dot a equals 1.0. No, I think we'll just keep those showing for now. When ready, we want to clear all of the target values. Node dot text equal. We'll actually make this more specific. Label dot text equals nothing. This needs to be stringified. Oops. Nah, it's more legible this way. Now we also need to clear, when we set the player, I think we need to clear all other target values. Or actually when we set target item. Do this. For I in range, target values dot size. I have one better. We're gonna do stats. We just plop this in. Stats dot defense. That's not strength. And now we can do stats dot size. Just a little bit cleaner. And we're gonna do target values I dot text equals nada. Function clear target values. Since I'm now doing this code twice, call it down here. Okay. And the last step is we need to call this from submenu equipment. So mobile equipment button focused. We set the description and let's go back here. Close stats one. Let's get some of this closed out. We need a reference to stats window. Be at the bottom. Yeah, that was a little tricky. It just takes a little bit of planning. I don't want that to have a 2 at the end. That seems goofy. Is that fixed now? Ah, come on. There we go. Stats window couldn't be fully loaded. You know what that means? Time for a reload. Ah, damn good coffee. Back in here, go back to submenu equipment. That fixed it. Go back down here. So available equipment button focused. We want to do stats window dot set. Why is it not popping up? Is there an extra space or something? Yeah. Set target item. Of course, I need to get the item here. It's not a huge deal. I don't really care. Yeah. Okay. Data items, button text. Now here, update equipment button. That's fine. Here we're gonna clear that, and now when we focus on equipped, when we do our check, we want to do a check for our state. What's going on here? We loop through slot. We find all available. Okay, so we're setting available equipment there. That's fine. We also want to check button data player inventory. Get that. Then this will just be item. So if that's null, or if it's an item, it's going to set the target item properly. But this is going to be subtracted. So I think I'm going to put -1. Now we'll put true, and we'll add a modifier. Subtract full equals false. Value n equals target item power plus see. So we get stat type. We want var base stat and equals player dot defense if stat type equals stats defense, else player dot strength. Again, we're only doing this for these two stats right now. If you need more, it's going to be a different setup that I don't feel like tackling right now. So then target value, we target item dot power plus base stat plus target item dot power. Then down here we set target value and equals base stat and base stat target value equals target value plus target item dot power no, minus that if subtract else target value plus target. Is that not confusing? Item minus equals else plus equals. I'll walk through that code real quick. So we clear everything. We check if the item is armor. If it is, we're using stat type defense, else strength. Our base stat is going to be player.defense if stat type equals stats.defense, else player.strength. Target value equals base stat. If subtract, we do target value minus equals that, right? The target item dot power. Else we add it and then we draw it. Should be what we need. I forgot to do a null check. So we do if not target item return. Get children null instance. It's probably because I changed up my layout. Just do this. I'm just going to copy that part. We can copy and paste that in. All right, moment of truth. Take your bets. I do need to set a minimum text. Let me do this first. That doesn't count, all right? We want over here, actually for all of this. I think. For these, we definitely want a minimum width. I might as well give this one too. So that should keep the space open. I think we need right align on that as well. Okay. I don't need to go in there. So, hey, it works perfectly. I'm kidding. So player.defense on base nil. So we never set player. That's the problem. We have to call set player. And we want to do that when we're going to have a function in here to change the player, which it looks like I already had set up. And it looks like it doesn't need to be a function. We just have to send it through to stats window. And I want to call it up here too. Okay, this time for real, I mean it. All right, we're not seeing it there. So, oh, and then it broke. Set index text on base string with value of type string. Index text. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Not. What? On I, how are these not valid? That's weird. Let's look in here. So when we focus on available equipment, am I calling this? Yes, we are. Stat items. Data items dot get button dot text. Let's see if that fixes it. It still crashes when I try to go back. Clear target values just does that. Now it's an index text on base string. Let's try printing target values I just to see what the heck that is. You'll see it pop up here. So that's the initialization of it. That's what we call in ready. And we can see it's called again. It's just not working here. And then I hit escape. I try to do it again and they're gone. We get 5. What? So instead of the label, it's printing 5? What in the hell is that? That's why. I was overriding that. Okay. That could have been why we weren't getting the text update. There we go. Now we do need to update all of these on the right side, or the left side rather, when we set player. It's going to be for, how do I want to handle that? Do something like this equals this is a bit of brute forcing. I think you would consider that. Not exactly ideal, but it's faster to do it this way because we don't have a ton of stats. And so it doesn't really matter. We don't need to optimize it. But then again, I'm not professionally trained in, oh, this is just going to be 0 because we don't have any stats for that. I am self-taught. I'm doing it about 5 years pretty consistently, but I might not always be doing things the best way, but I try to use common sense. And so for consistency, we're going to do that. Good. Looks nice. We can go here. Speed isn't declared. I'm not going to use stats. We're going to use length. It's a little trick I picked up, and that way I don't have to type out. Oh crap! We can just type length. I'll even do stats length. That way I don't have to put stats before each one. You can go here and get rid of this. It just cleans it up a bit. It still gives me the ability to get the size of that enumerator. Let's see if we did the trick. You can see he's reset to 0. That's good. Beautiful. We equip it. Now current values need to update. Oh man, I keep forgetting that part. These all need to be stringified. All right, we see our current stats show up. We need to update it when we equip an item. So maybe we could connect it to the player to see when it equips, or we can handle it manually right here. I'm going to take like a 30-second to 1 minute break. Feel free to just skip through this, but I will be right back. All right, back. Now, where was I? Trying to decide if we connect stats window to the player. That might be the way to go, because then it can automatically update the current values. How's this our first battle actor signal? That doesn't seem right. These are in the wrong spot, that's why. Oops. Let's do item. Well, if the item's equipped, really we just need the stats. We don't need the item. We'll call it equipment changed. Okay. Now save that, and it's throwing up a warning because we're not emitting it anywhere. I already know. Signal. Equipment changed. Make sure we have that. We go back to the stats window. When we set player, we want to do if player. Can we just call it disconnect on self? Could be wrong. No, it's player.disconnect self on player. Let's go make that function. No arguments. All we want to call there is this. We just update all of that. So we call it set current values. So we call it there, and we call it down here. I mean, I could just put it directly in there. Let's try that. I normally don't do that, but we'll try something different. It's always good. Set current values gets called. All right, let's see if it works. How many times do I say that? All right, so we want to see defense turn into a 5. It did not work. Is our equipment actually impacting anything? See, it's not. We're never applying that data. So if equipped item I don't want to mess with that. We're going to have a separate defense stat. It's going to be called armor. We want do I? No. I think we can get away with something like this. If there's an equipped item, we want to do if equipped, that is armor. Then defense minus equals equipped m.power. Keep in mind, as I said a few times before, we're only accounting for strength and defense with our equipment. Keeping it simple for right now. Down here, we equip it. We then need to apply. We do this same thing. The if item is armor. Except we're going to add. Then we emit that signal after our stats are all changed. So we want to see again that defense turn into a 5. Beautiful. Sarcasm. Equipped item.power. Oops, I forgot to change that out. Right. So go down here. It's not working. Why you no work? Let's check this out. Print C. So we are getting it. Instead of that, let's print defense. And stats window. Let's get rid of that print. Let's try and figure out what's going on. Because if defense is 5, it is. So this should be getting called. Do I have to yield? I shouldn't have to. So what we want to do is see. So we want to see if it's actually going to that. Oh, duh, I never connected. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, geez, Louise. Sometimes I need to check that. It should just work. See that update? Interesting. We need to check if it's. Oh crap! Because we need to be able to get the defense value and the armor value. So I do have to separate those. Because otherwise we have no way of knowing, right, whether that's already applied or no. I take it back. I take it back, Jack. I'm getting my weird accents now. So we go back to stats window. Let's see. Target value equals base stat. I'm going to modify base stat first. Here we go. If I need to check something on battle actor real quick for equip. If equipped item yeah, I think that's fine. So we do if player.equipment item target item.subtype. Then we want to subtract the let's make a function for that. Oh, we already have it. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. We'll leave it. So if we have that, we want to subtract the currently equipped item dot power. So now when I put the leather cap, we see current go to 5. Now when I hover, we want to see 5. That's perfect. And so one of the last things, well, first off, when I exit out, when I focus on the submenu, we want to clear the target values. That's going to be in the equipment submenu. Equip button focus. So we also want to do stats window dot here. Why is that not? I don't know why it's not showing up there. Actually, before we test that, I want to get the colors, the color indicators. So for these, we're going to go to modulate. Maybe just test it out. So we go down to visibility, modulate, and I'm going to find my green. That's pretty nice. I'm going to copy that hex code. I'm going to clear that. I'm going to do this. We'll do it. do that. You have to string it. Fonts red. Now you can just use, there are built-in colors. They're not going to show up because I have an error up here. I can do it like down here. So we do color.red. Right, these colors are all built in. You can see they pop up. You're welcome to use those. Me, I'm doing bespoke coloring. Just for fun. It doesn't really matter, but pop that in. Now, I put this in the wrong script. Put that in here. Okay. Don't need received anymore. Subtract. So we set the text, then we do if target value is less than base stat. Let me check this. Mine is currently equipped. Yeah. Target value is less than base stat. Then we want to do I want to type that out twice. Label. Target value label dot modulate equals red. If target value greater than base value label green. Else target value label dot modulate equals color dot white. All right, so less than, greater than, equals. And when we clear these, I don't have to worry about the modulate because there's no text to modulate. Let's see. See how we get that? Or that now it should be neutral there. I think we want to see player.defense instead of base stat. So we do want to factor in equipment for that. So you can see how it's white now. If I go up to remove, see how it shows us the change there because we're in remove? Although it seems off. The calculation does not seem right. Let's see. I'm going to extend this. Do this. We want to stats go that here. Really don't know why it's not showing up. And We also want to reset state just to be safe. That looks good. Remove. It's clearing the value, but it's just not right. Does it look, if I reload, oh, sorry, it's saved. So we got to go back. See, our base stat for defense is 3. We put that on. It correctly goes up to 5. That should be reading 3. Target value equals base stat. There we go. So remove that. It breaks. If item that equipped, remove it. Oh, whoops. I think we're pretty close to having the equipment menu wrapped up. Need to clear that. Would be I want to see leather cap go away. Perfect. Let me go back. We could take it a step further and disable remove if there's nothing equipped. But that's a very low priority. So stat updates done. Valid equipment types, I'm going to worry about that later. Drawing available equipment quantity. Put that back in. Stats window's done for now. I want to see that scroll bar. We'll have it match that. And so for that, these would have to be item buttons with quantity. Is there a place where I'm adding? Options, update equipment buttons. Right, so if I cut these, we get item button with quantity. Oops. So get those in there. I don't like that the default is spaced. There we go. And then we just call set item. Set item. We'll see if that works. Set item base button. It's in the wrong one. It's for when we update available equipment. We have add button. I'm gonna make this do add item button. Inst set item add child inst connect button inst. We actually have to do that after we put it in the tree, because it modifies quantity. Add item button is the item. Oi! Set text on null instance. So quantity is not ready. Add child. Try that. Why are we not getting quantity there? Oh! This has to be a pack scene. Wrong. Don't want that. I want menu. It's going to be this. That instance. See, we have the quantity now. That looks good. See, it updates. Although I don't know how. Okay. We're creating them out of thin air. That's going to have to do with how we're adding these items. So if I look up add item, equip item. When we add this item to the inventory, we need to set the quantity to 1. Otherwise, we're just duplicating it. That'll act is what I want. Equip. Yeah, right here. That's the problem. Let's say add item. I mean, there should only be one anyway. So when we equip it, it's gotta be item.duplicate. We'll do I think that works. With item. Yeah, that's fine. So we have 3, but now it's not showing up in what? What? It's because I used the wrong duplicate. At least I'm recognizing that crap early. Before, that would very much confuse me. There we go. Okay, we have a new issue. I think we're going to change how we do this. I don't like that. Do add item by name. It's going to be equip item dot name. That might fix it. I feel like we have to modify the equipment and how we handle this too. But maybe not. If we're lucky, that'll be everything. So it goes to 3, it shows up. It crashes when we do that. Add item by name. Need quantity. Perfect. 3. Okay. And then that's an issue with adding the item back in. Add item by name. I think it's here. It's just not finding the item or something. We try to find that item. This actually needs to be. This is incorrect. Item in items. Item.name equals item.name. Do that. See, I think I changed that in the previous video, which was incorrect. So you can see I'm just bouncing between these two and the quantity is never changing. That is working as intended. Remove. I could probably hide it. Maybe it's helpful just to see it. Then item button with quantity, we're going to change their size flag. We want them to expand. So that should make this look better. It's not working. I think this has to expand. So this isn't a... It's not a container, so it's not going to work. But I can just manually push it. Not good practice, but it's working within our system here. It just might break with items. Yeah, so we can't push it because of that. So for now, I'm going to leave this where we had it. A little bit janky. Let's go up here. Now these line up fine. Ocean and leather cap. Move and sort. I should disable them. So we don't have those implemented yet. And so a submenu equipment, besides optimize, we've got it done. So we have magic and status. Formation. Maybe I'll do formation because that one's going to be a quick one. And I kind of need a quick one after that crazy equipment menu. So I just need to click on that if I can. Can't get focus on it. We go to right, it's clicked right on it. Nice. We're going to undisable that. And so go back to field menu. We're going to go down to options button pressed. So we do have the focus in place. Excuse me. information mode full response. I don't need a full on state machine for this. I'm just going to make a variable. We go here, set that to true. Make sure this is false when we're not in that. I don't know if we'll need it. Yeah, we will. So we focus onto the submenu, which is our players. And then when we click on a player, we're going to need to check if in formation mode pass, else, actually we do this, return. Oh, selected item, we already have that. That's fine. We can keep 2. So in formation mode, I feel like we'll probably be more likely to be with a selected item. Let's do elif that. So I have the item check come first. It's just easy optimization that doesn't really matter, but in terms of legibility, it helps me. So in formation mode, we press on the button. We're gonna have selected player, or player menu card equals all. So we'll store that. If selected player card pass, else, grab that. Okay, bear with me. Now, if we already have a selected player card, what we want to do is swap the current one's position with the selected one. And so for that, I'm going to have to go to node. I'm going to see if there's an easy way we can do this rearrangement. Here's what we do. Does player menu card have, it does have a reference to player. Do selected player card dot player. Or position. Target player. Well, target player equals this. Then what we're going to do is selected player card dot player, set player, target player. We store the target player. The this is button.player. Then button.setPlayer to selected player card.player. And selected player card target player. I might even let's change it to player A. So that's the first one we picked, right? Then we have player B. It's going to be button.player. Button's going to get player A. The first one's going to get player B. call it, say swap players between the two parts. We also need to update the party in the data. Does this work? Which I think I'll do first. It's gonna be data.party, maybe button.get index equals player A. Data.party selected. Really, this should be player menu card, but that's all right. Get X player A. We're just swapping these around. Give it a test. So if I go to formation, click on Sydney, press Aurora, boom! Hell yeah! First try. Now I think it's going to stay on Sydney here because we're not updating the party. So I think we need. I'm going to change this equipment to, instead of on ready, what's going on here? Update equipment buttons, available equipment clear. We're going to have function enabled, right? So if set player equals data. Only if on. So we'll do it again. Swap Sydney and Aurora. We go to equipment, and now Aurora shows up. Perfect. Let's give her a leather cap. Let's go back out. We're going to swap these again. I don't know why I did it so fast that time. Maybe I accidentally hit enter. We can see it swapped. Leather cap. I'm going to swap again. Oh, I have to clear the selected player card. That's why. On the field menu. Selected. Null. And we need to do top menu button focus. Or no. No. So we can keep changing our formations. I do this, we swap, back out. All right, we have Aurora. Go here, swap Sydney with Aurora. Cool. Now we do want to draw some kind of indicator that we have one selected. I'm not going to do that right now. We need indicator like flashing cursor to stay on selected player or field menu. Can use the same. Okay, we'll get that later. Available equipment quantity, got that. Priorities. These are low priorities. Submenu player index wrapping should probably be shop. Already fixed that. Inventory item icons. Shop needs to have bottom bar switch item. I think we changed that. Yeah, we don't need that. We do want these. That's another priority. I'm kind of setting us up for what's to come next, either later in this video or for the next one. Formation option and field menu. Yeah. I will add to low priorities animation of formation swap, position swapping. Submenu player, off the top of my head, I don't remember exactly what that was anyway. NPC dialogue setting. Get rid of next vid. Let's plop these in. So, shop showing integer value of change if stat. On equipment focus. NPC dialogue settings. Any player. We have equipment, item usage. Status effects and status effect magic / consumable for applying / removing effect. Do NPCs tune movement big time. Setting data that I don't think we're going to use caterpillar movement. Possibly do not do. Maybes. Probably just want the first member of the party to draw for the player. We want LR switching of player in equipment and other. Might put that at the top. So I want to get that in. That there. I'm going to sort this to be battle. First boss area, town. Level ups, tune defending. Go in battle. Already did that. All this for battle. Defeat state on player card sound effects. Then we'll have general. All these low priority bugs. Well, no, I'll just call bugs. Okay, organization, fun. So priorities. Let's get this in. Equipment. in the script. And you can see I have it here. Player stats window set player. Oh, did I already get that working? Broke. Set player. Data party size. I think we do. This actually needs to be. We need to keep looping until we find a valid party member. I think instead of that, we're just going to make a full party. You know, why complicate things? Just do this. And I have Darius and Izzy. For we have full party. Go to equipment. You can see the stats are updating. We're just not updating that window. Go to equipment. Let's see why. Stats window dot set player. It's going to be player menu card dot set player. Yeah. Just forgetting to do that. In fact, I don't think I was calling that in the first place, was I? Another priority, which is going to be a good thing, so I have that, is actually moving LR character to status. But before that, we want to get player menu card updating of texture. Battle actor needs character index. Maybe extend battle actor for player. I think it's time we did that. That would, because then I can do all this crap in the initialization. So battle actor, we can also get rid of like things that are only relevant to the player. We can take those out. Okay. Put this in here. It's gonna be a new resource. Call it battle actor. That's not right. This would be a new script. Inherits from battle actor. Battle actor player. Do we have that? You know what? We'll keep that in there for now. Speed roll, defending, get equipment at slot. I don't know. Do I really want to split that? It's going to make it more complicated. Why was I doing that in the first place? Can someone in the ether tell me? Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna nip that in the bud. Keep it simple. Discard. Alright, battle actor needs character index. Okay. On data, we want to set that. Um, and then in the card, I'm just basing that off of the size of the character sprite sheet. We can swap out that texture for different sprite sheets later. For now, I just want different images. I don't really care what they are at this point. Later, we'll base it on the class. Class and or gender. So we're going to player menu card. Player GUI. Sprite Alice equals texture. I have to duplicate it just to be safe. Do all this. Set sprite. Character index. We also have to set. So we call this. They're not texture. Which actually doesn't exist yet. So for now we'll do player GUI set character index. It's going to be player dot character index. We make that in here. So I always want to set that first. Alright. Existent function. So we do if not texture. Sure. Oh, baby. Now if we reload, okay, the data's not reloading, but it should here when we do a restart. Yeah. It's random, so we don't know exactly what we're going to get. Let's go up here. I think we have jobs, right? Yeah, jobs. So in that, in data, we can randomize their job as well. util.choose battle actor dot values. Cool. Separate this. We're gonna do. Excuse me. Job text. This. Replace those with a space. So now if we get a white mage, it should have replaced that. Oh. Let's just do this all in one. I think that'll work. Yeah, perfect. See how we have spaces now instead of underscores? Swap through. Coming up pretty soon, we're going to want to do rolling stats based on character job at character init and on level up. Level up is a priority, I believe. We'll put these down here. Player menu card updating of texture done. We're going to need changing of player character. Alright, job and gender. A player to customize their color. Moving equipment menus. Flashing cursor. I might want to get that done real quick. So we're off that. We're back onto the field menu. When I do formation, and when I select one, we need a cursor. We need to instance a cursor and have it flash. look at my cursor. I think it's built so that I can easily copy that. Yeah, that's absolutely no problem. We're going to give it a, excuse me, way to blink. This is very high tech. I'm being sarcastic. But it should achieve that traditional Final Fantasy effect, and I think you'll see what I mean very soon. So now we have process. We want to do ready and turn off process. So by default, that won't be running. And what we'll do is function set blink on bool. And that's just going to set process to on. We want to do that because we don't really want to care how the cursor blinks. We just want to enable it or disable it. And back to field menu. Do that, and we're going to instance equals cursor.new. Inst.add, oops, add child, and inst.move to node selected player card, inst.set blink. I don't know why that's not showing up. True. Now here, we need to get rid of that. Up here, free, and then blinking. Just to be safe, we make them all. Let's see how that looks. It's not showing up. Let's see what our field menu looks like in remote. I think this is it right here, yeah. Oh, it needs to be a packed scene? Okay. Be nice if we didn't need to make it a packed scene. We'll do that in the top level class. Preload. Why is that not showing up? Save that thing. Field menu. We can just use that. Oops, gotta change that out. Nice. So it goes away. We probably want to draw it. Well, if we draw it on top, we'll still see that. Here's what we do. And we want to do that. Before I do that, how about we just try this? Just make them both blank. Turn it off when we're done. No, because we need a distinction between the two. We can still make sure it's off there, but I also want to do this. And it's going to be if button equals selected player card. So we're only going to set blink to true if we're on that button. That way it's going to theoretically show up. Yeah. Although, if they're blinking not at the same speed, wait, what? Oh, when we turn the blink off, if not on, we need to reset visible. Yeah, see, if they don't line up, it's an issue. I don't really like that much anyway. Let's do, instead of this, see if that works any better. That's a little sloppy. I have to use an animation player. Oops. So we're gonna do var blank full. I think we're just always going to reset visible there. That way they'll always be in sync. Oh, duh. I want to reset that one there. Yep. the ticket? I don't know why. It seems like we're not getting a ton of variance in our characters. Maybe this needs to be higher. Yeah, I think that was the issue. Cool. I gotta say, that was, so the equipment menu was a little challenging, but the good thing is this video was quite productive, I think, overall. I gotta take a break. It's been real. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions. Make that game, all right? I'll see you in the next one.